The laws of business and success. Natural scientific laws are primarily intended to explain processes occurring in the material world. By formulating them, humans created tools to manage this world and effectively utilize available material resources for their purposes. Religious laws and norms, in addition to addressing the most fundamental questions of existence, life and death, have long helped humanity organize and regulate social life, reconcile sharp contradictions, and mitigate conflicts within social organisms, ensuring the stable functioning of society overall. In the 20th century, amid growing competition in all areas of life, economic, political, and cultural, there was a sharp increase in interest in finding patterns that could ensure both individualized success for individuals and stable growth for organizations, collectives, corporations, etc. The search for the secrets of personal growth, effective business and career building, and even the recipes for happiness became the focus of these efforts. It is believed that universal laws should work at all levels of our existence. By following them, we not only demonstrate our tolerance for religion or the state but also make our lives more successful. Morton Hansen and Jim Collins decided to figure out which laws govern success by embarking on a 9-year research journey aimed at answering the question of why some companies thrive in conditions of economic instability and even chaos, while others fail. The result of this years-long research was the book Great by Choice, which sold 4 million copies worldwide. The researchers analyzed the activities of companies they termed tensors, i.e., companies that achieved results 10 times greater than the industry average during the study period. Here are the rules of the 10xer leaders they identified. 1. Fanatical discipline, consistency in actions, and determination. After setting goals and methods for achieving them, they persistently stick to the chosen path. 2. Empirical creativity in decision-making. They don't rely on others' opinions or conventional wisdom but seek practical solutions. They determine when and in which areas to take innovative steps, basing their decisions on a solid empirical foundation. 3. Productive paranoia. They are well prepared for changes in the competitive environment. They are extremely vigilant, never relax, and always remember that circumstances can turn against them. They channel their fears into productive outlets by creating reserves and developing plans that prepare the company for tough times. Summing up the research results, Hansen and Collins derived the main law of success for corporations: a company's leadership, built to last, can be considered those with values above money. This law cannot predict and regulate the future, but it can create it. Economist Nassim Nicholas Taleb, author of the Black Swan Theory, which deals with unpredictable and rare events that have significant consequences, discusses in his book Anti-Fragile, Things That Gain from Disorder that the law of success lies in the variability of the external environment. The absence of stressful situations is harmful. Sooner or later, disaster may strike any object, person, firm, etc., and they will not be ready for it. The presence of small stressors helps achieve anti-fragility. People should experience some manageable stress to awaken to activity. Taleb advises not to worry about minor dangers but to invest energy in protecting against significant harm. We usually insure against small and likely losses, not large and rare ones. That is, we do everything the opposite. Anti-fragility is diametrically opposed to invulnerability, flexibility, and elasticity. Invulnerability and flexibility are the ability to resist stress, acting as a shield, but in doing so, we remain the same. Anti-fragility, on the other hand, allows us to benefit from stressful situations and change for the better. Anti-fragility loves randomness, uncertainty, and even mistakes. The uniqueness of the law of anti-fragility lies in its ability to work with the unknown, Do something in conditions where there is no understanding of what is happening, and achieve success. Anti-fragility is primarily about reducing losses, not increasing gains. To achieve anti-fragility, it is necessary to eliminate the fragility of the object, ensuring it does not fail in the future. If something is fragile, no matter what one does to improve or optimize it, as long as the risk of its destruction remains, it is necessary to reduce the risk of catastrophe. When it comes to risk, I wouldn't get on a plane if the crew looked at the success of the flight with moderate optimism. I would prefer a flight where the flight attendants are as optimistic as possible, and the pilot is as pessimistic as possible, or better yet, paranoid, writes Taleb. The law of anti-fragility also has causal foundations. If a person lacks skills or expertise, they will eventually face failure. It is not deterministic but directs us towards the most effective attitude to reality. In many situations, which are largely random, we cannot predict whether our success will be due to skills, knowledge, or connections. But if we are prepared for unforeseen situations, that's already half the battle. In the book The Abramovich Principle, The Talent to Make Money, the authors Vladislav Dorofeev and Tatiana Kostyleva tried to formulate what needs to be done to become Abramovich, that is, to achieve success comparable to that of one of Russia's wealthiest businessmen. According to them, Roman Abramovich built a system of many principles in his life that allow him to confidently remain in the elite club of billionaires. Here are some of them. If there's no dream, there's nothing to come true. You need not only to know what you want but also to align desires and goals, and only then hesitate in decisions and actions. Set aside funds for further development. Try to build chains, how, where, and through whom you can meet the right people. And patiently pursue your goal without expecting quick results. In the fight with competitors, approach from different sides, seeking solutions where you won't lose under any circumstances. The choice of sides in economic disputes determines not only the company's fate but also your personal fate. The larger the joint project and the longer the contacts within the project, the higher the likelihood of subsequent claims and disputes, as well as a forgotten skeleton in the closet. Of course, these laws do not fully explain how Roman Abramovich, a man from a simple Soviet family who grew up without a mother and father, under the care of relatives, became a multi-billionaire. But at least they help us understand how he manages to remain a member of this club. Even in his deep childhood, Roma set two goals for himself. First, to conquer Russia. Second, to conquer the rest of the world. Let's remember how differently the lives of Russian oligarchs and just the wealthiest businessmen turned out. Some lost their businesses, some lost their freedom for years, and some left this world prematurely. Here, it's hard to do without another rule that Abramovich, of course, did not invent but included in his life principles: winners are not judged. One of the architects of Singapore's economic miracle, Lee Kuan Yew, before departing this life at the age of 92, left us his life lessons and observations. Much of his thoughts are controversial. Some make you think, some make you look at things from a completely different, new perspective. I know that if I slow down and rest, I will quickly lose my form, wrote Lee Kuan Yew. My whole life is a reaction to a daily challenge. If I suddenly give it up, play golf, take walks, watch sunsets, read novels, I will immediately grow old. An outstanding statesman who won dozens of elections, he admitted that he meditated almost every day. The hardest thing during meditation is to keep the mind from chasing thoughts like a monkey after a banana. If you don't fight for first place, you won't even take 10th. Here's another mobilizing rule from Lee Kuan Yew. He also offered a very pragmatic maxim: you don't have to love each other to work together. Modesty and the need for a sober attitude towards even very serious achievements are reflected in the following statements of the outstanding politician. There's a good Chinese saying, do not judge a man until you've nailed shut his coffin lid. I still have time to make mistakes before I die. You learn and become wiser only after everything has happened. That's life.